Ken, how does lean in sync with your career philosophy?
Lean in to me is all about empowerment and accountability. And I think Sheryl has really put her head, heart, and soul into this book. And that also takes courage. And courage is an attribute that I really value in a leader. What I also think is very important is that we need to focus on the things that we can control. And the only thing, ultimately, that we can control is our performance. But what I also believe is success is a two-way street. You have to have performance, but you also have to have opportunity. And I think corporations have to provide women with increased and enhanced opportunities. So I also think this is a book that stresses the importance. It's not just about women leaning in, it's about men leading in, because it's a two-way street.
Did anything in Sheryl's book make you rethink what you're doing at American Express?
One of the things a leader has to do is you always have to be conscious and you have to be aware. And so Sheryl's book has made me even more aware of what I need to do from a leadership standpoint to be more effective in empowering women and giving women opportunity.
What do you think about Sheryl's point about mentorship and sponsorship? And Sheryl, I would like you first to explain briefly that dilemma that so many male CEOs have about mentoring in private women who they see as potential stars in their organizations.
Yeah, I talk about in the book, one of the big challenges is that, 64% in a recent survey of American managers will say they're afraid to be alone in a room with a woman. There are these unspoken things that hold us back, and that I think we need to address this honestly. I think some of the things I've seen American Express does, setting up networks where women have those relationships. When it's an official program, some of that changes, and I think that's been really great.
Ken, will you go to dinner with a female employee who you want to talk to about her career?
Absolutely. I see it not different from going to dinner with a man versus a woman. And I think what's critical is you've got to develop relationships.
This is exactly
it. And so you can't just do things in a formal context. And so why do people have breakfast, lunch, or dinner is because they want to have a more informal, relaxed, spontaneous relationship, because there'll be ideas and thoughts and issues that will emerge in an informal conversation that you can't do in a formal
This
context.
is so important, because the informality is where a lot of information and relationship building and advice happens. I did some meetings, I've done a lot of meetings on Lean In, and one of them I did, large financial institution, one of the senior men said that when he gives a review to a woman who works for him on his team, it is reviewed by HR and legal 3 times, and he sticks exactly to the script. And then when he does a review with a man, he talks. Who do you think gets better advice? And I want to be clear, it's not his fault. His company is making him go through that process of reviewing these women. That informal conversation, that's where relationships are built. I mean, I think a lot of the Facebook American Express relationship comes from the conversations we've had over the years, and Ken has had with my team and I've had with his. We have to let men relax and have informal conversations with women to build their careers.